at what chapter 3, verse 27 and 28 says. Where is boasting then? It is excluded. By what law? Of works? No, but by the law of faith. Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith apart from the deeds of the law. So then, what is the apostle telling us here? That everyone who acts, what he's looking for is boasting. That's why the system is boastful. Therefore, we do not have any reason to boast. Although we glory in Christ, we have no carnal boasting. That is why the world system does not receive us well. That is why I ask you, do you have problems with some of your relatives when you speak to them about these things? It is because grace excludes all kinds of boasting. Grace makes you humble. Because it says to you, look here. Well, it was Paul who said, look, I am the very last of the apostles, arriving like one untimely born. But look, I have done more than all of them. But not I, but the grace of God that is in me. Take a look at what Romans says again. Let's go to Romans 14. Romans 14. 23. Verse 23 says, but he who doubts about what he eats is condemned. Just see if you have doubts about what you are eating. Is condemned if he eats, because he does not eat from faith. For whatever is not from faith, say all. For whatever is not from faith is what? Pastor, but the sin was taken away. It was removed. But when you lose faith, it is like living in sin, because faith is the only thing that says there is no sin. That is why many of the blessed do not understand us. To understand us, brother, just look. You must be in faith. That's all. To understand us, just look and be in faith, activate faith, and immediately all doubts go away. You become clear. The people who get confused about us, and there are very few people who get confused about us. We do not face any kind of persecution from anywhere. Everyone understands us. But why is it that they do not understand us? Because they are not in faith. Well, I'm going to step away from Romans now. I'm going to move on from Romans. Let us go now to the second letter to the Corinthians. Chapter 13. Verse 5. When you have it, say, Abba, Father. Oh, do you have it now? You said, Abba, Father, without having it. It's when you have it. Chapter 13 of the second epistle to the Corinthians. Because the Apostle Paul wrote it to the Corinthians. And because these people were eating their dinner, they were taking it in the wrong way. They were still at the very beginning of the doctrine of Christ. They were just children in Christ. So it seems that Paul had some doubts. He said, they lack faith, they are into something else. Look what he told them. Examine yourselves as to whether you are in what? Whether you are in what? In the faith. It says, examine yourselves as to whether you are in the faith. Test yourselves. Do you not know yourselves that Jesus Christ is in you? Unless indeed you are disqualified. Tonight I ask you to examine yourself to see if you are in the faith. Are you saying everything is fine? Are you saying I call those things which are not as though they were? I sow because I know that I am going to harvest. I am going to harvest it here, over there, in a good purchase of a car, in a healing, in this. Test yourself to see if you are in the faith.